Okay, great. So thank you for allowing us to record this session, and then we'll see how we feel at the end about sharing this, because I think what you're bringing to the table today is such a common thing. I recognize it in myself as well. So just tell me just repeat what it is that you said before I jumped in to say, can we get this on camera, because it's so good to use. So tell me what's going on for you.
Okay, so for me, I find it a bit challenging to break the pattern to keep buying new books that later on I don't even start reading, just buying another one and making like a collection. And I'm starting, for example, looking for a new course, and the same thing. So I start a little bit, then keep searching new things to kind of expand my knowledge, but then I'm not taking action on them. Yes, I cannot break from that pattern.
Okay, so first of all, we want to look at how is that causing a problem for you?
I think it's kind of distracting me from my goal and where I want to go, because I'm not taking right action. I'm not taking action I should, I think, to grow my business. I think it's kind of giving me like false feeling that I'm learning, I don't know, or I'm making progress, but it doesn't really give me a progress.
I understand. So what you're saying is there's two types of progress. This is what I'm hearing you say. The self-development, the thirst for knowledge, the searching, expanding your knowledge, that's kind of distracting you from what you feel you should be doing. And when you kind of sit back and look at what's actually happening and the progress you're making, it kind of feels that you're telling yourself you're not making any progress because you haven't focused on this area here, which is building your business, which I guess is like tangible expansion, where the other is an internal expansion of knowledge. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
So when you said about right action, it's taking you away from right action. What does right action look like to you? If you were to take the right action today, what would that look like? What would you be doing that you're not doing now?
Because I think to grow my business, I have to be more active on social media. I have to communicate with others and just kind of show up. But I don't know if I'm avoiding it or so I should, like for example, post something on Instagram or Facebook, or engage in some conversations.
Have you taken any action towards that as yet?
No, that's the thing. I'm kind of feel I am working behind the scenes.
Okay, so we're looking at what you feel is the thing that you want to do or should do. So let's just explore it, because there's a couple of elements to it. One, we need to explore, is this real? Do you really need to do that? And if so, do you need to do it now, or do you need to do it in 3 months' time? Or should you have done it yesterday? So we need to explore the reality of that voice in your head, which is telling you you should be doing something. So we need to make sure if that's fact or fiction. And then we need to figure out, okay, where you are in relation to having that goal, which is doing more on social media. And you say, well, you're at the very start. So now we need to explore, first of all, when you need to be doing it by, the fact from the fiction, the voice in the head, the inner critic telling you you should be doing something when you're doing something else. We need to make sure what's true about that and what's false about that. And then we need to look at, if you do want to do that, where are you in relation to the goal? Is the goal out there, you haven't started yet and the goal's there? Or is it, a small step you need to take? What actions, steps do you need to take to reach that goal. But it always comes down to the internal motivation. That's the thing that drives all of your desires, all of your searching for knowledge, all of your kind of, let's say, procrastination or fears behind going on social media. It's our internal motivational drivers that drive us towards the things we do and don't do. So how important is it for you right now to be focused on going on social media and connecting with people?
Good question, because I feel that that's something I should be doing, because everyone's doing it, and so I feel it's not that important for me, maybe personally, because I think that maybe I'm trying to build like foundation to get certified, and have a website and start set up legal company.
So what is important to you right now then?
I think first thing is to get qualified. That's my main goal for now. So I'm trying to focus on this.
So let me just ask you a question, just because I'm just curious to know, because I know how the mind works. What happens to you when you're sat there and you have one voice that says, you should be doing stuff on social media, you're not building your business, however that voice takes shape for you, and then one voice that goes, buy more books, take another course, learn more, you don't know enough?
Just have to think. So I don't know, when I hear that voice that telling me I should be active on social media, then I don't know, I think I feel so guilty about it. And because I feel guilty, then I'm trying to do, I don't know, something easier. So give me that, like I said, that false sense that I'm taking action.
So you distract yourself.
Yes.
And you think, okay, well, look, I'm doing this, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
When really the most important thing is, as you said, is completing the course, getting the qualification, and then taking the next step after that.
Yes. Because I don't know, I think that I have to like follow like the blueprint to succeed, and only if I do certain things that I will succeed. But then because I have this kind of habit or pattern, then I don't really trust myself. I don't know, it's like,
if you name this habit or pattern, what would you call it that sums up exactly what it does to you, makes you do?
It's all distraction, or I don't know, it's like false fulfillment. I don't know, addiction. Yeah, kind of. I'm I'm distracting myself.
And what are you distracting yourself from?
I'm distracting myself from, I don't know, taking action. You see, that I feel confused with myself.
So let me remind you what you said and just see how this feels, because you've got to discern if this is true for you or not, because you've got to get to the root of what is truly important to me right now. Because when you align with that, you can take positive action on that. But if you're not clear on what that is, then you will distract yourself with lots of different things because you're not being true to yourself. So if you were to ask yourself totally honestly, I mean, put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, just breathe into it. Just listen to your body. You know, listen, maybe connect to your higher self. Imagine the crown chakra at the top of your head opening and expanding. Imagine white light pouring in from your higher self to you, making that connection so strong. Because your higher self is always communicating with you, but our minds get in the way of really listening to what's important to us, what the message is. So just breathing into that inner awareness that you have and connecting it through the heart center. Just ask the simple question, what is really important to me right now? And what do I need to do next?
One thought that just came to me was that I think I should communicate more, because this is maybe what is like, and helping others, because this is what the coaching is more about, and just the qualification give me kind of the right to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe because I don't have that certification yet, I don't feel entitled to you know, show up and post anything.
And is that true? You know, I'll challenge that thinking. Is that really true? Because you can post what the hell you like. You don't have to be qualified in expressing your feelings or opinions or anything that's worked for you. Do you need to have a certificate before you talk about your own journey?
No, I don't. I don't. I can post anytime I want. But why do I think I don't know, something like maybe it's blocking me?
Well, what's blocking you is that connection you've made to posting on social media, to not be to having a certificate to validate what you say. Let's be quite clear about it. Even if you do put something on social media when you have your certificate, nobody's going to take you any more less or more seriously just because you have a certificate. It means nothing to the general public reading your post that you have a certificate. They won't care that you have a certificate. What they care about is the passion, the motivation, and the desire and the intention behind what you're sharing. And what they care about is, do I resonate with this person's story? That's all they care about.
Yes. So I don't know why a kind of, you know, being active on social media is for me like a next step. I had thoughts in my head, but just went away somewhere.
Just breathe back into it. Just take yourself back into that space. It will come back to you. You know exactly what to do. And just give yourself as much time as you need just to say, what is my next step? It has to be true to you. It has to be whatever comes through. It could be do nothing. It could be do this.
Yeah, I think I should, I should really take it slowly and first do the course and do it like my way, so that helped me, be more like grounded and ground like my business. I don't have to do what kind of expected from me to do at this stage, because I'm just pushing myself to the thing that I don't really do it now, and then I feel guilty.
And that causes you to get distracted,
Yeah,
and not focus on building the business, which, let's face it, building the business is you continuing with the course and passing and getting your qualification. Then you have a business.
yeah. So I'm just, maybe I'm too much in my head thinking about future. Yeah, I'm not, maybe I'm kind of a bit busy with my life now, and I'm not too often, like connected with myself and feel what is right for me.
If you were to spend the rest of the day doing what feels right for you, what do you think you would do today? Doing what feels completely 100% right with you.
Like anything.
Anything, whatever you want.
I would do something that would bring me some joy, fun, and relaxation.
Yeah, because what does that do for us? It gives us more energy. It gives us more optimism and motivation. It gives us clear thinking. It allows us to go, that felt good. So what else might be good for me? And you might decide to do something on the course. You might decide to do something business related, but you'll do it from an empowered state and not a disempowered state where all the self-doubt, negativity and anxiety lives. You'll do it from an elevated state because you've produced those hormones in your body that go, yeah, I feel good. What's next? What can I do next?
Yeah, that's so true. Well, before my routine was a bit different. I had more time, I was paying attention to my morning routine to kind of set intention, positive mantra, things like that, and I felt more energy. But now I'm not doing it because I'm waking up early because of my daughter, and I don't have really time in the morning myself. Yeah, so I should find more time to really even meditate, because I love meditation. It's helping me a lot, but I'm not doing it now. Yeah.
I have a thing with like should and routine and things like that. Doesn't work for me because I'm not a routine person, but it does work for a lot of people. But if you get knocked out of your routine, it's very difficult then, as you say, I need time, I need to find the time, I need to find the space. When if you're really, really busy and you don't have the time to take yourself off and meditate for 15, 30, whatever minutes, you need to have an anchor point, an access point that allows you to connect to your higher self instantly, like a switch of a light, because it doesn't take time and you don't need to be in a quiet space. You can do it anywhere, at any time, with anything going on around you, and it's as quick as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I just need to think what that could be.
That is you connecting and knowing how that connection feels and strengthening it. I'm talking to you consciously now. If I were to set the intention to connect, to really connect to myself, it would take me a split second to do that. It's a state, it's a feeling state. And it should be instantaneous, pretty much instantaneous. It's like switching on a light. Because at any moment in time, you can then switch that light on and ask yourself, okay, I'm recognizing I'm doing this pattern, I recognize I'm doing this behavior, it's taking me away from what's really important. I don't know what's really important right now. Breathe, connect. Connect to the, I feel it's up, connect through the crown chakra to the higher self, into the heart. What's really important? It's focused through the breath, relaxation, relaxing that, opening, stimulating that vagus nerve. And you get your answer. It's not about, crap, I've not managed to do this routine now because my life's so busy. How am I gonna get back to that? That can make us feel worse if we really don't have the time to create that space in our life. It's great if we do, if we can go off to meditation classes or do at home yoga, they're great things. But when that's taken away from us for whatever reason, it can leave people feeling so in disarray because they don't have that go-to thing, when really that go-to thing is inside. It's always there. It's accessible at any point. You just have to know what works for you to get there. So how would you feel about working on that so you can do that in a real switch? So when you recognize a pattern, you can just bring yourself back in. It could be that you have some kind of anchor to help you, and an anchor can be anything. An anchor could be, a mudra or whatever feels right to you. And you just do that, and you close your eyes, you open your heart, you connect through your crown chakra, you breathe, you bring yourself back in the body, and then you ask the question, what do I need to do now? Or whatever.
That sounds really, really amazing, and I think that's what I have to do. Even now, thinking about it, I feel straight away relaxed. Somewhere, that pressure, that voice is just going away, and that's the real distraction. And just, I have, one question regarding this, because when I mentioned about that pattern, I was just thinking and digging, because the same pattern I kind of found in my mom. So I was thinking, have I picked up her energy on, because she's doing kind of the same thing?
That's absolutely possible. We know that we learn behavior. We know that, but it's your behavior now.
Yeah.
And you're in control of it.
Yeah, I should really connect with myself more often than keep searching or thinking in my head, rather than, feel in my heart and then do. Yeah.
Another thing that you can do as well alongside that is if you notice that pattern and you've connected it to mum, and you feel like you go into any kind of learned behavior, you can just, when you recognize it, because you brought awareness to it now by going, actually, that's what mum does. I possibly learned that, which means you can unlearn it. And a great way to stop it in its tracks is when you notice yourself doing it and you go, no, I don't do that. And it's almost like, no, I don't do that. That's not me. And then you choose the way that you want it to be. Which
yeah. At some point I thought that it means I have to control myself all the time. Even when I grow my business, I have to watch what I'm doing. I should feel, more like go with the flow, go with what I want. Yeah, it's so simple.
It is simple, but I understand where you're coming from, because we don't ever get taught to approach things simply and intuitively and in a heart-based way. We get told there's a strategy for everything, and yet, certain points there is a strategy for things that we can follow. But if it doesn't fit, then you have to break the mold. Not every, we're not all the same. We don't always approach the same way with things. You have to find your way. And like you said before about trusting yourself, you have to trust yourself to know that your way is the right way.
But how can I build more trust to myself if in the past I don't know, I bought so many things, or I started some courses that I never finished? How can I build that trust?
Well, how about, for starters, forgiving yourself for that? Because it sounds like you'd see that as a big, huge issue, problem.
Yes, maybe not now, but before I felt guilty. Yeah, I felt really guilty about that.
So where's that guilt come from? Is that guilt, where's that guilt come from? Why are you choosing to feel guilt about it? What else could you choose instead?
Yeah, I should really notice what I'm doing. And just self-compassion and forgive myself that I'm doing.
Always bring it back to, are you loving yourself or are you hating yourself? Are you beating yourself up with a big stick? Or are you bringing compassion and understanding and forgiveness into your life, to yourself, for your own actions? Because every thought that you have creates a chain reaction. So if you have these thoughts of guilt, you need to explore, what does that cause me then to do? It won't make you proactive and healthy and happy and fulfilled. It will make you get distracted and procrastinate and beat yourself up and feel down and feel like a failure and not want to try anything, and tell yourself, you always do this, I'm stuck in a pattern. When there's always another way to look at something.
Yeah.
And that could be just to say, well, yeah, I did do that, and that's okay. You've got to look at how the achievements that you've had by taking this course, which is a really tough, challenging, intense course that demands a lot from you, and given your personal situation as well. I mean, what would what can you say to yourself that you can celebrate, like, what you've done?
Yeah, I definitely will celebrate, because actually that will be, first, that important thing that I haven't finished yet, but I'm, close to it, and I know I will finish. I will, so that will feel amazing, because that will be first thing that I will finish. Maybe then even that give me some my trust to myself again, so I can feel that.
Why wait until you've done? Why, you don't need to wait to give yourself that level of trust or that level of congratulations. You're at the very end of the course. You've completed it. You've done all the work. There's just a tiny, teeny bit left to go. You've put all the hard work in. You've not given up. You've kept going. So why do you need to then hold off, like celebrating and loving yourself for that? That's part of the pattern.
Yeah, good question.
That's part of the negative pattern. I can only really give myself gratitude and appreciation when I've
when I do something, when I achieve something.
So what's coming up for you now? What thoughts are going on for you?
Oh, I feel some kind of relief. I feel I just have to remind myself about this more often, and that I don't have to achieve something to give myself like love and trust again.
Well, how about creating a mantra now? Because I feel that that's important. I love and trust myself. How would you finish that sentence? I love and trust myself.
I'll say all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Or just even, I love and trust myself, you know, and use that as your mantra.
Yeah. Yeah, I will do it, yes. Sounds good.
Find something that really does resonate with you, but something that's unconditional, because you're placing a lot of conditions on yourself. Your life, your business, your success is a reflection of your inner thoughts and feelings. If you really want to be successful, you have to make sure that those thoughts and feelings are of total success inside. And if there's a part of you that beats yourself up, that tells yourself you're not good enough until, you know, your vibration will be mismatched, because you'll be constantly looking for the failures. Your brain is switched on looking for the reasons why it's not going to work, the should be's. You're going to allow the inner critic to dominate your life going forward, unless you start to turn that love, trust, and compassion within yourself to feel successful, no matter what you're doing, because you bloody love yourself. That's true success. It's what everybody's aiming for. No one can seem to get there, but it's what everybody's aiming for. That is the measure of true success. How much do you actually look at yourself and, you know, give yourself appreciation and gratitude and respect and know your own worth? That's success. Everybody's searching for it. They're searching for it in jobs, they're searching for it in money, searching for it in cars, relationships, houses, everything, because they think that thing gives them the feeling of feeling good. When you don't need that stuff, you can feel good at any time that you want. It's free.
Yeah, that's so true. That's why I want to be a life coach. That's the only thing I'm sure about, because I know it will give me kind of fulfillment.
So follow that, stick with that. If you feel that it brings you fulfillment, follow that path. Whatever it takes shape, maybe don't think about how do I, you know, put the slots together. Just take the next step and ask yourself, your inner self, what is that next step? Because your higher self knows everything that you don't quite know yet. So the answers are there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what insights or awareness or aha moments have you got from this session today?
I think I've become a bit, you know, like disconnected from myself, and I put so much pressure on myself, like I said, you know, condition list, you know, tick off list what I should be doing, and disconnecting from myself, from my, you know, it made me just feel, I don't know, guilty, worried, and all those unpleasant feelings, emotions. So that's what I have to do. Just show myself more, self-compassion and self-love, and that's enough.
Okay, good. So if you want to think of a mantra or feel into a mantra, it'd be great if you posted it on our student page, just so you take ownership and really add power into that. And if you do decide to spend the rest of the day or the next hour doing something that brings you the most joy, it could be listening to music, it could be singing your head off, it could be dancing, it could be, I don't know, doing mantras or whatever it is, that wakes your whole body up, it expands your DNA, it gives you the power inside to do the next best thing. And that might look totally different from the first best thing, but it's about waking the body up, feeling alive, giving yourself the permission to do what is right for you. And then it's a continual effect of following on from that, following on from that, following on from that. It puts you in the best frame of mind. So let me know how you get on. If you just, let me just stop recording.